Hey guys, today I am trying out Daniel Smith watercolor. They have these cool dot sample cards, which are brilliant and really affordable. And expensive watercolors like this, you really only need a small amount, and you can do a whole entire painting with just a dot of watercolor. So this is a fantastic deal. I think this card was around $6 and it has 66 colors on it. I really wish that every company would do this because it's such a good idea, and you might fall in love with colors that you didn't think that you would care about, and that's a sale right there. So, and considering that each little tube of paint is often between like $14 to $25, yeah, this is like definitely the way to go. And I am curious about other brands because I went from Cotman Student Watercolors to Core, which is already kind of different in some way from other professional watercolors because it has a different binder in it. So there's a lot of stuff that I'm missing out on. And this way I get to experience that without investing in a whole other set of watercolors that I don't need or will think to use in the moment. So yeah, let's get into it. So this card has samples from 3 of their lines of colors: the Primatech or Primatech, I'm not sure, colors, the quinacridones, and the luminescent colors. I found the quinacridone colors to be very similar to the Core paints that I'm already using. I think they must use the similar pigments. They reactivate really easily, which is why I definitely like these ones. The other lines, like the Primatech and the luminescent ones, they don't reactivate nearly as easily, and I do appreciate that these cards allow you to determine that, so you can choose which colors to do. Because I know that I've bought so many blues for the Core brand because I kept finding blues that weren't satisfying to me, like they were too hard to reactivate after they're dry, because I'm the type of painter who uses dry pans over tubes. I'm really excited about the Primatech colors because these are so interesting. They are actually made from stones, pretty much. Like the crystals that I collect, they grind those things up and use those to make the colors, and I think that is just already so fascinating. But the one that I am so interested in is this red fuchsite genuine. And with the context of using mineral-based paints, it looks very much like I'm painting with a glittery sand. When you look at sand and you can kind of see all the little bits of glass in it, it looks like that. And it's really cool. But it's slightly different from mica because it's a bit larger, so it almost looks more like glitter to me. I really like that. If I could find a tube of that on its own, I would totally buy it. So the luminescent range, they don't reactivate after they're dry very much. So when I was trying to use these, I kept trying to rub my paintbrush against it and getting color and not really getting much anything. So that's really disappointing, because I think that the colors that they are so beautiful. I love this green and this cactus flower violet, the hibiscus, those are such beautiful freaking colors that I feel like I would really love to use those. I just can't quite get them to work off of this card. So they're definitely colors that I would have to use straight from the tube, I think. But they're really nice. They're just like the Calero colors that I use. I imagine these work in almost the exact same way. They just I think they're just meant to be used from the tube, not from a dry cake. Of course, making this little painting was a lot more frustrating than I expected it to be. And I think a lot of it is because I'm not used to having this particular collection of colors. You know, you use a certain palette all the time, you get used to it, and so I kept looking around for the color that I normally use, and it's not here. So, there's like 8 greens on this page, and none of them were the ones that I wanted, and I was having a lot of trouble mixing the colors together for some reason. But I think a lot of it just has to do with the fact that I'm spending too much time trying to reactivate the dots on the paper. I guess that's just a review on the card itself. Very cool. Love the concept. I think everyone should do it. And it is useful to know which colors are harder to reactivate when they're dry. But anyway, I'll probably just add this painting to the shop when this is done, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.